I had to turn off the video from talking. So what was happening today, buddy?
Not much. Today was actually not such a bad day. I was nervous. We had a meeting with some people from the district, and I was sure they were coming for me. But no, thank goodness. One of my many lives popped up. So, yeah, it wasn't about me. So, yay.
I don't understand. You talking about one of the high end people that comes to check the whole low end people type of thing?
Yep, basically. Because they were saying, like, oh, that they were, like, coming to give us babao because we're, like, out of compliance on all these different things. And I was like, oh, that's me. That's me. They're coming for me. But last night I was real nervous today. Even though I know I'm leaving and all that, but I just hate being in those situations. And I was like, you just have to tell yourself, but I'm leaving. It doesn't matter because I'm leaving. It doesn't matter because I'm leaving. But, you know, it doesn't always work. So, but anyway,
it doesn't matter in so many levels because it ain't that they can fire you. They just give you some stupid sort of reprimandum, which is not even losing hours.
What are you going to do? Write me up? Like, wow, that's going to hurt. I told myself all of those things. So thank goodness. Nothing to do with me.
Well,
So,
the other motherfucker I gotta feel it though, because that's gonna walk with them for a while. Yeah, because what they write in that jacket sticks with you no matter what school you go to, right?
basically.
The principal, at least, of every school get the access to that info.
And now that he said he's not leaving, I knew his ass wasn't leaving. He's so full of crap. I think he just says that to get people excited. He's like, psych.
Right. To see the ones who are gonna be celebrating it.
Right. Like, yeah, celebrate, bitches. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, bitches, I'm still here, you dumb fuckers. You showed your colors.
Like, guess what? I'm coming back.
Yeah, because you know when a motherfucker say he's leaving, everybody starts making plans for his seat. So he wants to see who makes the plan and then crush him. Psych, you bitches, I'm not going nowhere.
Right, but now I know who you are, bitches, so I'm coming for you.
Right. So you know who wants to sit in your throne. That dude is not right in his head, bro. Yeah, he playing games.
He does some crazy shit. And my poor little coworker, the new one, she does stuff and she's like, fuck, pero carajo. I'm like, I know. I was like, and mind you, girl, you haven't even seen all of him yet. Until you hang out with him, where he gets comfortable, like really being comfortable, that's when you really see him. I was like, you're not ready for that, girlfriend. Yeah, because like he's just a very inappropriate. He's an asshole. Like he really is an asshole. Like I like him, but he's an asshole. Like just a person who just says things that and anybody would agree he's an asshole. Yeah, that's who he is. He can't help himself. And so like his jokes are bad and inappropriate. He says things that you're just like, oh my God, like do you hear yourself? And he don't. He thinks really like shocking things are funny. And you're like, wow, like serious.
Yeah, I do that too, and I try to hurt your ass with my jokes. They be real as fuck. Yeah, they're funny, but they're real. They like it.
But they're not so funny.
They're 100% real.
It's like there are some blades on those jokes.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. That's why my friend inside there don't like talking to me, because everything I put into our relationship. I don't give a fuck what you look at. It could be Biden talking on the TV and it's still our relationship. See how he lied? We lied. I don't give a damn what it is. I relate it. Somehow it gets related. And I leave it alone and she gets upset. Just back to the same shit. Nobody got to the new shit yet, so I don't know how we can keep saying back to the same shit. It's not.
It's like, how did we get here again?
It's never changed. It's been the same shit. It's never. I don't know. You got a new agenda that I don't know of because as far as I know, we got left off with the same shit. That ain't moved. I don't know what you want me to talk about. So yesterday when I got off the phone with you, I was like, "So are you asking me to help you? You need help? Do you need help? What does you need? Are you needing help? Because I ain't gonna help you till you fucking.
You require assistance.
I'm like, I'm not helping you. You're gonna have to come out your mouth and say, I need you to help me for me to help you because I'm watching you drowning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What did she say?
And I told her at the end of the day, but it's just, it's like, okay, like right now you moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if everything goes haywire, right, wrong,
Mm-hmm.
you got each other. You will support each other all the way through it. So it don't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't like you're going through it and then you'll get divorced. That's some hurt. You're going through it,
Mm-hmm.
but you're supporting each other, and as long as that is there, it doesn't matter where you are.
Then everything else is just the inconvenience.
Yeah. And she don't feel that. And she drowns in a cup of water. So I said, that's my grandma. Te está ahogando un vaso de agua, cabrón. Deja dándole tres patas al gato. Quit. Why are you doing that?
So when you say that, what does she say?
Because in every other problem that we've ever had, it was always, everything's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to fucking be okay because there's no other thing, but it has to be okay.
Right.
So if you go into it in any other way, you're only going to drive yourself nuts. So she don't have that little bit of support. See?
Mm-hmm.
So I looked at her nails today. I was like, damn, you look like a crackhead. Your shit is like back to back, like way back. Like you have a little foreskin coming up in front of the fucking nail. And you're a woman. And you got mechanic hands, that construction hands. That's like mechanical. You look like a real crackhead. Where's the pipe? Like I know you. Like I sit in my bed and I just scroll and eat and I keep looking and I just chew on my nails. I said, I know I was the one who used to drive, in the car. Always take them out, your fingers out your mouth. I said that to her and my son. They both got that bad habit of putting their toes in their mouth, and I'm like, ugh.
Putting their toes in their mouth.
Yeah, because your fingers are grosser than your toes, man.
That's true. At least they're in socks. They're covered most of the time.
You're touching everything with your hands.
Everything. And it's worse here because at least, you're going from your house to the car. You touch things here and there, but for the most part. But here, like you're getting on buses and trains, you're holding on.
Ooh, they killed somebody on a train up there. That was by you?
That what? What happened on the train?
Fucking dude killed the other dude. Some dude, homeless dude who lived on the train went acting mad. So the people on the train decided to restrain him and they choked him and they killed him.
Oh, wow. Damn.
The dude put him in a neck hole and they were all holding the dude.
Shit.
And they held his ass in a neck hole for 8 minutes.
Oh my God.
When the doors opened.
And when did that happen? Today?
I don't know. I saw that in the news in New York. I wonder if that's any one of the trains that my friend be riding on there, buddy.
There's gotta be. I'm gonna check it out.
But yeah, dude, it wasn't even a cop. It was just people on the train restrained. They went to restraining the homeless guy that was acting out. He didn't hurt nobody, but now he did. So we done there already. We already there. Now civilians are killing motherfuckers.
Wow.
Playing between parentheses cops because you just gotta leave the dude alone and get out of his way.
Right.
I mean, I
It's
wouldn't
funny.
know. I'm talking out my ass too because I wouldn't know.
But it's interesting because this girl was talking about what it's like to live in New York. Like one of the Instagram, like, 1 minute
Yeah.
videos. And the last thing she says is, "Oh yeah," and the crazy fucking homeless people just don't look them in the eye. Just never look them in the eye. And it's the truth. When you live here, you don't. You never, because it's weird. It's almost like as soon as you look them in the eye,
You make a contact. It's a contact.
they make like they've been seen.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's over.
Yeah, you're doing that. That's
like
soul
you can't
contact.
undo that shit.
Yep.
You can't undo it. So.
And he reading you too, because them motherfuckers aren't
Hell
stupid.
yeah.
They know if you're weak. They know if you're weak. They know if he can try you. All in that one little stare that he gives. That's.
Yeah. I don't see the train that it happened on. But hold on. Wow.
Yeah,
30 years old too.
Yeah, the young man. And the
guy who restrained him was a Marine. He was only 24 years old, a Marine.
Yeah, he took something into his own hands he didn't have to take, though. Civilian.
Man.
You can arrest somebody as a civilian. That is real. But it's a fucking thin line in with what you're doing to start with.
Well, listen, there was a guy in my school, and mind you, this is a guy who looks like he's street, so he don't look weak. And he's around in his late 20s, Moreno. Now, of course, it was 2:00 in the morning, so I guess that's part of it. But this homeless guy literally came at him with a machete, and he actually got him on the head a couple of times.
Wow.
He actually showed a picture, and I was like, what the fuck? He had a bunch of slices on his head. I'm like, how you're even alive is beyond me.
In his time.
Yeah, exactly, I guess. Because that's a crazy situation. I can't imagine some homeless person coming at me with a machete. I'd die before he killed me.
So you chop off your hands because the first thing you do is really trying to defend yourself.
Right, of course. Oh, that's real sad, man. Oh, it's the F line. That's not near me.
Oh, so that was in the sick ward area. And the real Looney Tunes. In the real Looney Tunes.
Is Brooklyn, I think.
There goes the bridge.
Yeah, Manhattan and Brooklyn. I think that's either that or Queens, but it's definitely not the Bronx.
Yeah, you defend the Bronx like a motherfucker there. It ain't the motherfucking Bronx.
I'm not defending it.
No, he's not defending it. No, it's just not the Bronx, motherfucker. Don't go talking about the F train, bitch. It's way over there by them other motherfucking goons over there. That's nothing to do with us. We civilized over here.
Funny.
That's a true New Yorker. I'm fucking down. That's Queens, bro. That's Manhattan. That's it ain't the fucking Bronx. That don't happen in the Bronx. Damn. That's you got that pride. You make sure that anytime anybody you defend that Bronx, brother, nobody has to be listening. Nobody's watching. You still talking shit. We from the Bronx, motherfucker. You know the Bronx, the Bronx. We don't do Queens. We do Kings, Latin Kings from are the Kings from the Bronx?
Kings is considered Brooklyn.
So Brooklyn. So that's over there by Queens. So that's the other way. That's the.
Yeah.
And they got problems.
I'm in the north.
They have problems themselves too. The Queens and the Brooklyn.
I guess. I mean, I don't think you don't really hear much about stuff like that anymore. When I was younger, I think I heard more shit like that. But that whole issue between boroughs, that's kind of dead.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, I never hear anything about that. Never. You never hear nothing about that.
I never learned that shit. I don't know what Bronx or Queens or Manhattan. None of that. I don't know none of that. I've never learned it. I've never had to learn it.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you?
But it's interesting. It's like Orlando don't get on with Miami.
That's so funny.
Nobody really gets on with Miami. Miami thinks they're it.
Well, of course they do. They're Miami.
Yeah, but they've been shooting down here too. They've been shooting.
Wow.
Some little dude went and just, they call it was a hunt because he waited till he reached the dude and popped him in the head, killed him, and then took off
Oh,
running
wow.
with a bright ass yellow shirt that the police labeled him yellow shirt.
Wow.
He was like the only motherfucker wearing a yellow shirt in the whole goddamn area. Can't even be smart. Like you can't even be like, why would you wear a shirt that nobody else has?
Right.
Wear a white shirt.
Are you trying to stick up?
Yeah, you put on something white, something black. That's everybody gonna have. So you're gonna find somebody with some white, something black.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, not yellow. That's like faggot colors to start with too.
So the picture you sent me, is that a cat?
That's the fucking yellow cat up on the roof, hanging out by the light.
Yeah, I can see like that looks like the paw hanging down, right?
Yeah. He just did. He was trying to catch a bug. If he would have swap off, he would have fall off the fucking roof and hit down.
Oh gosh.
And then the bulb is the moon. The moon is full. It's right there.
Yeah,
no
I
clouds.
can see that for sure.
Not one cloud around
Super
that
bright.
bitch. Yeah, that bitch is bright, full. Just sitting there.
Yeah, that's real bright. Yeah.
Just sitting there. Never able to see the 3D form of that motherfucker. We just see this. The one side.
It's flat.
Yeah.
It's like it ain't flat, it's round.
And it's, I want a telescope. Well, next time I get me some money in my hands, I'm gonna buy a fucking telescope.
That would be cool, man.
Just to look at it every time it's full. Because it don't look like it's one color when I look at it like that. I can see
like and usually because you can see the shadows sometimes.
Of some shit dark in the middles and around it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that too. I guess the craters.
I want to say like
if you look close enough, you'll see like it looks like craters.
Like it was landmass, or it had an ocean up there or some shit. It just.
Yeah, like when you look at like on a map of like topography, like in it kind of looks like that.
Like it's been beat up with meteors. That's what I think of when I see those holes, because something made the hole. Something made the hole, and
that's true.
Like, and if you ever play like with when you're making cookies and shit, and you drop something in the middle of the flour, it does that same shit. It creates a big hole with a mounting on the sides, like the impact.
Right.
And you know, the Graham guy showed that we have those things all over the earth. Just
what pyramids?
No, random fucking holes.
Oh yeah.
In certain areas, just it's massive earth, and it's green.
Yeah, I'm sure we've been hit by stuff. Thank goodness nothing big enough to make some real serious damage, but
yeah,
we had comets and meteorites and shit.
Well, I learned that where our Earth, every 3,000 years, Earth travels through a belt of meteors. It's
of what?
Of meteors.
Oh.
We go through this area that has a lot of meteors every 3,000 years.
Oh, wow. Is that supposed to happen anytime soon?
Well, the thing is that nobody knows the real time.
Ah, so nobody knows the last time it happened.
Basically. And when they keep lying about the pyramids, that confuses a lot of things too. That's why Graham is kind of also, he's also in that whole thing, and they bring in, excuse me. That's why they talk about the flood and the flood after the flood. Because it's very important.
Sneeze or a cough?
That was a sneeze.
Bless you, then.
Yeah, that was.
Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to say bless you.
It didn't sound like my shit don't sound like hot chew. I don't know what it said. It's a hot chew, it's a sneeze. Did that sound like a hot chew? Fucker did not sound like a fucker. Said that a sneeze or a cough? I'm confused.
It's like I don't know how to respond. Can you help me?
I have no idea, dude. I was like, did that not sound hot chew? That sound cough.
that not sound like chew to you.
Yeah, because I'm telling
I
you,
couldn't tell.
like we say a cow goes moo. That shit. Did you ever listen to a cow for real? That motherfucker do not say ooh. He be like, the motherfucker go moo. He don't fucking say no moo.
No more.
No moo. A-U, what the fuck is that? That's a fucking cow, dude. And you're like, okay, that Miss my.
What is he defective? What happened to the move?
Yeah, the old McDonald's farm had a E-I-E-I-O bullshit. That's a lie. But oink oink, and fucking pig don't go oink oink. That motherfucker be like snorting up in there. Look, he got boogers in his nose forever. Like, and like you talking about that fucker go oink oink. It's not a oink oink, bitch. Nowhere close. Yeah, old McDonald had a phone bullshit. You remember the little fucking telephone thing? You pull the cord and it go around a chicken cock-a-doodle coo. Yeah, right. You have listened to a chicken say cock-a-doodle doo. You lying motherfucker. It don't fucking no go cock-a-doodle doodle doo. It's just a motherfucker. And waking your ass up early in the morning. They fucked up with all the animal noises when we were growing up. You talking about a moo and oink oink. No, and a horse go.
The lies, but they start see how early they start lying?
Lying. They just be straight up lies.
Straight up lying.
And those
that's
books,
how they train you.
They don't
take.
Like,
well, we can get them to believe this. At 5 years old, we got them.
I don't see them jerking them motherfuckers out the fucking storybooks out of the schools. There's a bunch of lies.
They've been canceled.
Like for real, dude. I've never understood that, and they do that still till today, eh?
Yeah.
Talking about a fucking cow go moo. You lying bitch.
They sure do.
Yeah, go to a farm, record a cow, bring it back to the teacher. That sounds like moo to you. That is not moo, miss. And that fucker going for a long time. You just like a cow goes moo. That motherfucker just gonna go just moo. He goes for a while.
Don't go quack quack.
No quack quack. That fucker does not say no quack quack. I forgot the duck, damn it. The only one that probably get close is the birds, because they basically could sing any tone. But all the other ones, buddy, you fucked up.
Quack quack here, quack quack there.
Yeah. Quack, 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 everywhere, quack, quack. Oh, McDonald had a farm. Don't leave that fucker. He can't leave the song halfway. He gotta go. He gotta get the whole thing. Dude.
You gotta go all the way.
Yeah, I remember that little motherfucking song. I hated that song.
You can't have that. You cannot have Old McDonald.
Old McDonald he ain't had no. That fuck, I don't know. He had a weird ass zoo of weird animals talking about moo moo and quack quack and a meow meow.
And oink oink.
I'm telling you, cats don't do meow meow. This motherfucker growls at me. He goes, oh,
Lord.
And when he wants to come out the fucking door. And he gets, and then if you take too long when he's walking out, he hits you again. He like, oh, bitch, shut up. I open the door. You should be glad I opened the door. Don't be K-Hondo when he can't fuck a bitch while he's walking out. And then he has like this swagger. He walks better than my son. Because he walks like he has this big bodybuilding body. The cat I'm talking about. The fucker walks like he's like huge. Bitch, I kick your ass right across the living room. Get your ass out the door. And then he is so lazy that he will yell at you. He gets me up to open up the back door. Then I'm like trying to put him in the room and he'll let me know no because he meows at me again with them. Yeah. And it's for me to open up the front door because he don't want to jump the fence.
Oh, wow.
So he literally walks through the house to get to the front. And you open the door. Wow. And he would sit there and I've told everybody, it's like, I'm the only one programmed to hear this cat. I'm the only, I could be dead asleep and I will hear him meowing in my sleep.
Wow.
And I know he needs the door open. And I wake up
You
and
know exactly what you want.
yeah, and I wake up and let his fucking ass in, and he growls at me again. And like, dude, you gotta cut it out. You can't keep yelling at me, getting sensitive like my wife.
Like a positive attitude, bro.
You gotta drop that attitude, that machismo shit. You gotta be humble up in this motherfucker, bro. And he picky about his food. He likes cooked chicken,
Mm-hmm.
no cat food.
I get that.
Yeah, she started that shit when he was small. So it's cooked chicken. This is what he eats. He cooked chicken. He don't too much do no bits, and he don't too much do cat food. The other little motherfucker, he eats anything, all the way to
Does
bait.
he eat rice?
The other motherfucker does. He eats anything. What is his name? Coco. Coco is a tuxedo cat, but he has long hair.
Oh wow.
So he's
Small
like
or big?
he looks big, but he's not really big because it's just hair.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he looks like he has a little tuxedo, and he's a weirdo because you know how those tuxedos, they look angry all the time. He don't have like a happy face. Even if he's happy, he looks angry. He has that one kind. That's why I don't like his ass. Because no matter how you look at him,
grumpy all the time.
yeah, he's always upset. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, kid? Chill out. Have a biscuit or something.
Have a biscuit.
Yeah, because he be tripping. So he's always angry, and that's Kokoroko. The other one that was around, he went missing. So I think his 3 cats died. Yeah, with that whole mess.
So how many are left?
3. There were 6. Yeah, the mother from the yellow one died, and the father, and another cat.
Wow.
And yeah, Sophia's gone again. She's with the white people.
Oh wow.
Creating relationship.
Well, the weekend's coming, so.
Yeah, they already got our room. She's good.
That's amazing.
She's a little fucker, bro. That little girl is something else. She's so slick.
That is amazing. Why?
And then this one, her Patatu trying to get me involved in the last 20 seconds of the fight. And I'm like, whatever, bro.
What fight?
The whole mess that she's created with the landlord and everything else. Even, yeah. She has not communicated. Only yesterday is when she said, I need help. I've been, look at my fingers. And I'm like, you crackhead. And then I've been stressed. I'm down to 115 pounds. I've lost a lot of weight. I don't know. I can't take it anymore. And she looked like she got to cry. Like, I'm not hugging you. You might call the police. So, yeah. So I tell her, just take it easy, bro. It's been weird. But we've been at it for a while now. I've been here I think it's almost like a year. We haven't touched each other, bro. No, I don't even see how that could be broken right now.
Right.
No.
Like how to get back to the other side.
Yeah, there's no other side right now. It's the only thing that's there is survival. That's the only instinct that's alive right now here. There's nothing else.
So she finally asked for help.
Yeah.
So what does help look like?
Like always, set up something and then it becomes the owner. Basically.
So has she communicated with the landlord at all? Like anything?
No, the honey communication is beyond that already.
Wow, damn, what the hell happened?
They had their time, and I try to. It's like, time is a motherfucker. That's why I hate people who like to put things off. Like, if motherfucker, remember the dude Sean Malone? Now he don't even reply. So obviously, those type of people really irk me because, You don't. Okay, if if a teacher wants you to do something for her, right?
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
might not like her. You might not whatever with her, but you're not gonna
Right.
screw her. You don't want to screw
Mhm.
her. So if she has something to
Mhm.
get done, or if she solicits anything from you, you
Mhm.
don't tell them yeah, and then it's a no. You don't do the yay no thing. That's not cool.
Right.
You don't tell a person yay, 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 and then expect them to grab some fucking subliminal message that's around. I don't like people like that. I curse them out.
Right. It's like just be upfront.
Be upfront, say what the fuck you gotta say, and then you walk off and
Right.
I walk off. But if you have me like with a wishbone, and then for
Mhm.
what reason?
Right. But I'm telling you that's what that is. That's avoidance. That's
That's
I don't know how to have that conversation, so I'm just gonna avoid.
how do you not know how to have a conversation? Don't you got a brain?
Yeah, but some people don't wanna. They don't want to get into it. Look, he figures he doesn't want to piss you off,
How can you piss me
and he
off?
doesn't want to. Who knows? Like he may feel like, oh man, if I say I can't, he might get mad, and then we gotta, then have that conversation, and I don't want to go through all that, so I'm just gonna not communicate,
Really, that's
and
better.
he'll forget about it, and then
Really,
yeah, that's how some people roll. It's just like I don't want to have that conversation, so I'm just not gonna communicate.
and they really think it
That's
goes
it.
away.
I guess they do.
Hmm. Well, you haven't met Norman.
It's like not with me.
Yeah, because I will.
That don't work.
You will either have to block my phone. You
Hmm.
won't be able to be link up with me and ignore me. That would not happen.
Right.
No.
Like there's no ignoring.
You'll
No,
wake
there's
up.
not.
You'll wake up the next morning with 50 messages. Your phone can't hold another motherfucking message, and I will make sure it don't hold another message for a minute, because I would dedicate my fucking endless boring time to just make sure your phone can't take another message. I would sit there and just make sure, and I would check it every once in a while. If I could get a message in, I would go until it fills up again. Yeah, and I know exactly how much every phone takes. 30 messages. You give them 30 fucking messages in there? Beep, motherfucker. Boom, hang up. Beep, motherfucker. Boom, hang up. Yeah. And you surprise him, like, how is this motherfucker doing it? He just sent me 30 fucking messages and told me motherfucker. Because you know he got to clean the phone sooner or later. And you bug him out. You just bug him out. This motherfucker is really sick in his head. Like, yeah, bitch. Leave me the fuck alone. I will cuss you out till you reply, bitch. And when I get you on the phone, what happened? Now you want to answer because I cuss you out, you fucking piece of shit? Huh? That's the route you want to go? When all you had to do is just tell me what the fuck you had on your mind whenever you had it on your mind?
Right.
Acting like you trying to be
But
hump.
yeah.
You protecting me? That's what you call protecting? No, motherfucker. Be rude, bitch.
Right. Exactly.
That's the politically correct motherfucker. That's not even that's nowhere close to be politically correct.
Hmm.
That's a straight up Democrat. That's what he is. And
Hmm.
yeah, and I'd already hit him too. Because Democrats are full of shit at the end of the day. That's my choice today.
Yeah. Well, to me, they're all full of shit.
I
But
mean,
yeah.
they all are full of shit, but the ones who right now are really with the full of shitness is them.
Oh, it's true. It's
It's
true.
their turn to be
It's
the
true
full of shitness.
because it's true because
They don't flip that
what is
table.
the difference? Yeah. See, at least the Republicans tell you up front that they're gonna screw you. They basically just tell you,
That's the best
right?
way. I'm good with that. Then you can
But
plan.
not the Democrats. They are worse because
The
they
trick.
make you think that they're for you. They're looking out for your best interest, and they screwing you worse than the other side.
Yeah, way worse.
Way worse, right?
And I think it's a plan that they're doing themselves. It's like, okay, the Republicans said, we're going to go, the good guy, bad guy bullshit.
Right.
They
Good
play
cop,
that.
bad cop.
Yeah, good bad cop, good cop. And they play that. So okay, it's our turn now. and they all just
Right.
take turns.
You be
Because
bad cop.
if you look
Okay.
at the history, this is all it's ever done, and they're benefiting themselves and
Of
making
course.
laws and doing all these things that they're only benefiting themselves.
Right.
And I repeat
I
that.
mean, and you know it's true because they're all getting paid by the same people. So
Right,
obviously you're on the same side if you're all getting paid by the same people.
exactly. It's like that's just how Coca-Cola divides their money when it's time to campaign. This is how Microsoft does their money when it's time to campaign. They give the left so much
Mm-hmm.
and they give the right so much. And I get that because
Exactly.
in any bat, if you do that in any bat, you can't lose.
Right. It's like now I own you and you, no matter which way I roll.
You got them both hackling at each
Right?
other when
They have just become employees. As soon as they give large amounts of money, the other side just becomes an employee.
you got to accept. And they all do because everybody has a price. Like a dude came here today talking about you selling
Of
the house.
course they do.
I said, that ain't my house, but you know this is a game. So if you offer the owner the right price, of course you're going to sell. It's
Mm-hmm.
to know what the right price is.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's how they think. Everybody has a price.
Everybody does, though.
And if that's not successful, then we'll just find something on you, hold it over your head, and tell you that if you don't do what we want, these pictures are somehow going to get leaked.
You know, there's a survey. The question is you can have X amount of money, but somebody somewhere has to die. Will you take the money?
Hmm.
Guess how that goes down?
That's hard because people die all the time.
No, that is not. That's exactly the answer that most of the people who took the money said. That was not a fucking difficult answer for most of them. That shit went down is I'm taking the money because motherfuckers die all the time. So I have no reason. Now, if you're gonna kill my family member, we're not taking the money. But if somebody else is gonna die, they're gonna die because they die every day. And I was like, wow, these motherfuckers out there ruthless. Because fuck you, you're gonna take some money behind somebody's life, man. We had look. Right now, we stuck in a problem with housing and all this, and I say we because I'm being sued too behind this fucking thing when my name shouldn't be there. But anyway, we were offered a house one time before we had kids, and the whole deal,
Wow.
and I think I explained this to you. I before was offered a house, and the deal was the government was going to give me from a fund that they have money to buy this house where people are getting kicked out of.
Oh, that sucks.
And I'm like, the no brainer for me would be, why would you get me involved in this? Why don't you just give
Right.
them the money?
Right.
The funding is not set up that way. It's not set up for the person who already bought the house. I'm like, what the fuck? And I ran away from it.
Wow.
It was legitimate. It was all legit, but I ran away from it because my person wouldn't allow me to do that. Not
Right.
knowingly,
Of
not
course.
knowingly,
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. And he fucked up and told it to me how this whole this so because I asked a lot of questions. So he told me the whole story. The people in the house about getting evicted, and and you'll be able to get the house. And that didn't sit right. Just did not sit right with me at all.
Hell no, 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 no. I wouldn't either. That's terrible.
I feel the fun should have been.
I wouldn't feel good in that house. How am I gonna feel good? Like
And,
that's terrible.
but that's how the government plays. They already got them in a trap. So let's get another one in the
Hmm.
trap. And this is how you say, if you see this is what's happening with them, if you get stuck anywhere, this is what's gonna happen to you. You're gonna lose your investment.
Right.
And shit happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're in a world of shit and a chaos that revoluces. So the dude who came to our house happened to be one of my wife's clients that she cleans the office. But he comes to me talking to me like he's a realtor. And then he says my wife's name, Louise Fletcher. And I'm like, so why didn't he say that first? in my mind. So I'm trying to
Right.
figure out who, I'm already picturing who he is with a little Jewish hat on his head and everything. He one of them motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured my wife cleaning his room somewhere, something. I know he knows my wife now. After he had me 30 minutes talking about he's a realtor.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it was like he knows my wife. But anyway, I sit there, I kick it with him. So I advertise myself to him. I said, whenever you need anything to do with the internet, you can call me. I know you sure might need something like that or whatever. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then I asked him, because I know there's a door cam recording too. So I asked him, hey, do you believe in Jesus?
Oh boy.
The fucker told me no. Without
Well, he's a
hesitating.
Jew, of course not.
Without hesitating. No, I don't. Jesus, no. I believe in
Of
more,
course.
whatever the fuck he said, and he says it's one God, but Jesus is not God. I said, so that's why they put him on the cross. But he says, yeah, because he's not God. He made himself as God. So I
Right.
said, do you think you're God? He says, no. I says, but he made you.
In his image.
Right, to experience what he can experience. You acknowledge that, he accepted that. Um, so we
Mm.
jibber jabber a little bit with the religion. Oh, he
Mm.
asked me boldly, can he come in the house and can he go into the yard? I says, my brother, just like you got a lot of rules in your religion, I got one and one rule only in my house. No man goes in front through my doors in any one of them. So no, you
Mm.
can't go in the house. You can't go around the house. You can't go nowhere in the house.
Right.
And I was surprised that when I told my wife about this dude, she had already told him that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because my wife knows that. We don't know. There's no man
Of
in the
course.
house. I don't know. Not no way that shit's gonna go bad quickly.
Right. No, of course. Of
Um,
course.
but since she identified with her, I try to hold it down. I just let him know I could do shit on the internet. I don't know what he does, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's one of them guys who they be. They got this little group of people that put the money together and buy a house and then flip it.
Ah. Man, you can really. I mean, you can really make a lot of money like that.
But
If
that's
people were good at it, they make a lot
well,
of money.
it's my wife says she cleans it off, and it's like 10 of them in there. They're all young kids. He's 28 years old, little boy.
Wow.
Yeah, but he wants to buy a house. So I guess they all got some funds. So if you got 10 motherfuckers with $5,000, you could buy almost any house.
That's true.
Because that's gonna turn
And
out to
I,
what
and I told
50,000.
you that's how they roll. That's how they
Yeah,
roll. That's how they make their money. They have no problem with things like that.
and then like if they create a big group, then they make the MLM things, and that group goes out and start creating. But since it's using their money, but then they owe them money, and they're making money when other groups make money. And there's this whole thing that they got
Mm-hmm.
going on. That's why they do neighborhoods
Yep.
because they got to keep real close contact. But
Mm-hmm.
there's no Jews in this neighborhood.
Mm.
No, where I live at, where I've been living at for the last 18 years in Hollywood,
Uh-huh.
there ain't no fucking Jews around here.
Wow.
I know about the Jews because you see them when you go out in the
I mean, they
areas.
could be Jews, but not wear yarmulkes.
Well, they're not a true Jew. At the end of the day, that's not a true Jew anyway.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Mm-mm.
Because those are just the Orthodox Jews. But the conservatives, they don't necessarily. I mean, on Saturday when they go to synagogue, but they don't necessarily walk around with a yarmulke all the time.
You
They'll
know,
do it when they go to service. That's it.
oh, and we got into the LGBTQ, and he accepted this. Right now, okay, when that religion started, it was only Jews. It wasn't no such thing as an Orthodox or an Orthodox or any docs. It was just a Jew. And now you have more than one type of Jew. You got more than probably 6 types of Jews. So I asked
Maybe,
him,
yeah.
wouldn't you say that this modernization with the LGBTQ have provided? Because I told him I think religion is going down the drain. because now
Mm-hmm.
even your religion has more than 6 Jew types of religion. You got this, and this, that, and everybody type of Jew.
Right.
And it's the same way with Christians, and the same way with religion itself is
Oh yeah.
divided. You got all type of Christians. You type all type of.
Mm-hmm. All types of Christians. Wow.
You got the same shit. The one don't believe that's they just believe. Not, what is that shit they say in the word? Like they
Mm-hmm.
just have like this one belief of God, and but they don't pray and go to church, but they're Christian.
Okay.
I've met a lot of people like that. I know a lot of yeah.
Oh yeah.
They'll tell
I
you.
mean, that's something that I always felt when I was younger. I used to be like, but why do you have to be in church? Like, aren't you supposed to like be worshiping everywhere? Like, what makes that particular building so special?
Well, when
It's
people
just
tell
a
me,
building at the end of the day.
"Oh God," I said, "When is the last time you spoke with him?" That's what I usually tell people.
Mm-hmm.
Because they use like most people, like my wife. Oh God, especially like when they're trying to like diss you, like oh God. I'm like, when
Mm-hmm.
was the last time you spoke to that God? Because as far as I know, you never prayed. So why you keep saying oh God? You don't have a God.
why you keep calling him?
You don't have any God.
Like he gonna show up?
You're more atheist than fucking atheist. You don't. You never prayed ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't even know
Mm-hmm.
nothing about the goddamn Bible. We're always
Mm-hmm.
talking about God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
Leave that man alone. Let him rest.
He's tired.
Be like
You make him tired.
be like the Jews. They don't even mention him. They don't do that. I could just. How can this religion be so powerful when these guys don't even like conversate about Jesus?
No, they never. That's not even a conversation. Jesus never comes up ever. He's a
No.
non-issue.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a non-issue. Like he don't. Yeah.
They believe in what?
There's nothing to talk about as
Is
far as
Moses or Muhammad or both?
Who, the Jews?
Yeah,
No Muhammad for them. That's the Muslims.
that's the Muslim. So it's Moses.
Moses is a Jew.
All right, so I did say that right today. Damn, I was just trying to make sure. I did say Moses. You believe in Moses, not Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So Muhammad is the Islam shit.
Right.
It is so hard to keep up with that. Almost as hard as to keep up when you're in New York or Connecticut. I want to say you're in. I want to say that you're in. I want to say that.
It's so funny.
I want to say that you're in New York today, but something want to tell me Connecticut, but I don't know.
No, you're right. New York. If I'm at work,
You're
I'm
in
in New York.
Connecticut is home. That's how I label it. That's how I got to remember that.
Yep. Yep.
I went like 3 years, never get that shit straight, bro. Like, where are you? I'm at my mother's. It's fucking New York, dude. You don't get it? In the fucking Bronx?
Can you believe that shit? Can you believe I think in August, we'll have known each other 3 years already.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's crazy. Time has gone by really fast.
Well, not 3 years. It'll be 36. Or 33. No, because I didn't meet you 3 years ago, you son of a bitch. It's like you telling me I have a birthday 33 times. No, I have one birthday. One.
You are so funny.
November the 8th,
You know what I mean.
1968. Yeah, that's the only birthday I've ever had. Because there's no other birthdays, motherfucker. Where's my mom for me to have another birthday? I got to come out her vagina. I can't fit. Don't work.
But the other day in conversation, you were like, I'm 54 years old. Well, no, you're not. You only got one birthday. You won forever.
Well, when I talk with you, I got to be politically correct. So I got to speak your language. Don't fuck with me. You know, I got, your language. You don't want to get up and go to work every day. So I got to speak your language. Yeah. Remember, I used to fuck with you in the beginning saying that you're not Puerto Rican because you're a white girl.
I know.
Because you live the white people life, kinda, sorta. The work life. I mean, I call it white people. The common, everyday person who works to get a pension to retire. And then come to find out by the time he's trying to grab that little money, them bitches done spun it. And he's screwed. Because that's what usually that's what I've learned of people who are screwed up and old. Yeah, and the only thing that saved this old lady's life is the little school pension that she had. And I don't call it little because obviously it has taken her a long way. Now she would have been dead a long time ago.
Hell yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And it takes care of almost all her medical problems.
Wow.
Even though she pays $80 for a doctor visit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much.
I mean, even that, like the fact that you get some kind of insurance for the rest of your life.
Your shit don't work like that. And
I thought it was really expensive, but I did like a consultation for retirement, and it was like 100 and something, like less than 200 a month.
And that's it.
I was like, oh, that's it? I mean, it won't give you full coverage, but still coverage enough.
No, that I don't know what fucking pension she has, but her little money comes in straight. It ain't a lot of money. She gets like $4,000 a month, but it's supposed to be for herself.
$4,000 is not bad.
No, it's not bad for a person who
that's not bad.
Who hasn't.
Because you figure most people who are her age live on Social Security, and the average Social Security check is $1,800, bro.
No, she don't get social. She don't want social because she gets more from the retirement thing plan that she has. So my wife learned a few things. If she moves to Georgia, like you know how when you doing the healthcare thing, you have to wait till November to change. She cannot fuck with her. Nothing that this lady has is pills and doctors. She can't fuck with that until it's time to change. Because right now the plan that she has is not taken in Georgia.
Oh.
Yeah. So if she moved to Georgia, she can't fuck with that, and she cannot fuck with the pension address and shit like that. So it's her mind go whack. I done told her that's easy. You put it forward, and you always can get the mail. You just need to get the mail for at least a good year. And you know when you forward, that's something for you too. Go to your post office, and when you learn what address you're going to, even if it's a hotel, wherever you're gonna go to, forward it, and you can keep doing that until you settle yourself. And all the mail will come in late, but it all will get there. But it will definitely be there. If you had 15 days, that shit's gonna be past due.
Wow.
Because it's gonna come to you late. You're gonna get it like a month late. But it all arrives. You get it all. It don't stay in the mailbox in somebody's house.
Eventually, it'll come to you.
Yeah, but you can forward your mail with the post office. I've always done that. But I used to have a post office box once upon a time. I went like 8 years.
So now, if the lady can't go to Georgia, then what's gonna happen?
No, she could go to Georgia. Just can't fuck around trying to go to different doctors up there yet.
Okay.
So at least the end of the year when it's time to change, then you can move around your doctors.
Well, it's like if I once I retire, if I wanted to use my healthcare, I would have to go back to New York.
Right, that too. That's what she learned too. The healthcare, it will have to be here.
Yeah, the only place that I think that we can use our insurance is Florida. Because everybody moves to Florida.
Florida, for the old people.
So. Yeah, I don't know what it is, boy. Everybody moves to Florida.
Because it's.
I mean, because it's warm. It's beautiful.
From what you explained to me, what that is, it's very slow here. How I said, you got to own a car to move. You don't have no transit. So if you're feeling lazy, most people don't go nowhere. Once they go to work, that work, the car is parked. They get out of work, they go home. The most they will do is try to get something for dinner and back home, and that's it.
Right.
And then you can even feel it in the roads. Like by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, definitely by 9 o'clock, there's no more cars on the road on a weekday in Florida.
Wow.
Traffic is down to minimum. Highways, you can travel to places that took you an hour and 30 minutes because there's nobody on the roads. It's like that on
Damn.
Sundays. Sundays is like that. The roads are abandoned. You know when it's tourists here because it's Sunday, all the roads are filled. So you know something is in
Right.
town. What it is, you might not know,
Mm-hmm.
but you know there's some action in town because the roads on a Sunday, early morning, congested. Like, what the fuck? It's,
Wow.
so that's when it's cold or that's when it's like Christmas. All Christmas, you see the roads flooded. They don't rest because we have
Okay.
half of the world down here trying to keep warm,
Mm-hmm.
running from the fucking snow and all that crap. But I like it because it's warm. It's the closest I can get being in America with without getting frozen. Florida.
It's the closest you can get to living on an island, basically.
It's out, yeah. And we got coconut trees. There's a lot of resemblance. Just no mountains. No fucking
That's what I'm
mountains.
saying. Yeah. And it's the truth because my husband and I were talking. He was like, if we had to move back,
Ooh.
where would you want to be? And I was like, nowhere.
What
And
you
he was
mean?
like, I don't know. What do you think?
When you say move back, you're not saying like move back, you say move to America. When you say move back to me, I'm saying you're gonna go right back to New York. No, right? It's back to America. Yeah, back to America.
Where would you want to be? And I was like, we can't afford where I'd want to be. Because if
Man.
I could, I'd go to Hawaii. But I can't afford Hawaii. I don't have Hawaii money. But I was like, besides Hawaii, the only thing I could think of is Florida. But Florida is crazy. Like,
No, look, Florida, you pay for Florida. You pay for that alone. It's expensive here. I told you, for the money, she's been paying 16, okay? Then they went up to 19. And this is a three-bedroom house with an
right.
office in the back. With that same money, that's the only thing that's grabbing my attention. She showed me the house. Look at the house. Sophia don't want this. 6-bedroom houses, big yards.
Wow.
Like your yard,
Bedroom.
your yard in the back of it, it's like you could go buy me a gun maybe and then go hunting or a bow. Definitely a bow. A
Wow.
reindeer is bound to show up there one day. I'm like, God damn it, look at that. All that for the same money you're paying here.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like crazy. My daughter wanted to go up a little bit more to get a bigger house. But then she had to use my credit, and then that's why she's stuck. She said, my credit ain't helping me. I need yours. The old lady ain't doing it. She got up to
Right.
210 approved, but they're trying to get up to 400. So if everybody, I told her, you got me, you got you forgot your son is making some money. Put him in there too. Put everybody in there.
Right.
And then everybody's name is on a lease, and we all in there working at it. Um, and I get mad with her because everywhere you look now, people are doing that. The people who lives in front of our house, there's like 7 families live in that house.
Wow.
So the houses, the lady wakes up every day. The house is nicely maintained. It's very pretty. They're the one who making a scandal every weekend, playing music very loud, and they have an ambience in there. And that's what I always thought of. And this bitch, like everybody around us does that shit. The guy next door, he got the other. He's running out of trailer out of it. We got so much. It's like she's always thought of working, and I never had this mentality of working because it's almost anything could be an idea. If today, anything, I see all kind of crazy shit. How people just make money in all kind of weird ways.
Yeah.
Um,
So what did you think about the house? Did you like any of it?
Yeah, all of them was fine for me, and all of them was in the areas that you can like. It didn't have no barns, but you can like really have a horse there.
Right.
Um, and you can and it was to own the house,
Wow.
own the property. Um, yeah, And if the old lady dies, she's already her will and all this crap, so it doesn't matter if the old lady's up the thing.
Wow.
Yeah, she and the old lady done locked themselves up together. I told you the old lady
Mm.
took 18 pills and nobody knows where they are.
God,
She
18 pills, Jesus.
but she didn't take them. She misplaced them. She I don't know
Mm-hmm.
because she was up early this morning, 7 o'clock, sitting on the sofa staring. I mean, she don't. She just wherever she sits, she falls asleep.
Wow.
Yeah, because of all the medication. She just you leave her 2 seconds, she falls asleep. But she smokes like that.
She's out.
She hits the pipe and she just stays there.
Wow.
Yeah, and I could just imagine where she is. She just leaves
Yeah. You know,
Earth.
all the world.
Yeah, she leaves Earth completely and goes somewhere else. And
Wow.
so her and the old lady get into fights. I be laughing at her because she
Hmm.
I've done you know when I don't okay, none of your parents know. When a person is going old that doesn't start to remember shit and they're all over the place, you can't keep
Uh-huh.
telling them stories anymore.
Right.
You don't need to tell them anything about reality
Exactly.
anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because all you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
do is distort them. You just need to let them talk
Exactly.
and
Amen.
and feed into whatever they're giving you. Yeah. She was
Exactly.
whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and just let them.
Well, that was like my father.
Okay, so you
He
did
was
have
like
that
not.
experience.
He was forgetting everything.
Okay.
And then his mother died, and I told his family, if you go see him, do not tell him, I'm sorry that your mother died.
No. You
Because I
don't
have
do
no
that.
intention.
You
I'm
bring
not
it,
telling him his mother died. Because what's going to happen is, in that moment,
Ruby.
he'll get very sad, right?
Right.
Then he'll forget, but he'll still be sad, and he won't know why he's sad.
And then he tried to
And that's just
remember,
fucked up.
and then
Right, like I feel sad, but I don't know why I'm sad. Why am I so sad?
that's in a loop.
No. Yeah, that just seems like torture to me. So I was like, do not mention his mother.
Yeah. And the best way I could
And they
put
were
that
like,
in an
no.
analogy, that's a brain hurt, like when you're looking for your keys and you know where they are, but you
Yes.
don't know where they are, and that
Right.
kills you. And
Right.
sometimes it will really put a stake in that head that you have to sit
Yeah,
down
and I don't know why, but
take a
like I
break.
could feel how that would feel for him. I could feel it.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck that. I'm not doing that to him. That's fucking torture. Mm-mm. What's the point anyway? He's not going to remember.
Exactly.
This is just so stupid. Like,
So the only
it makes the people feel
conversation.
better that they, well, we got to tell him. Why?
No, the
Why?
only conversation is wherever he's at.
Exactly.
That's the
If
only
we talking about
conversation.
butterflies, we talking about butterflies.
Wherever he's
Right,
at.
whatever, wherever he's at.
And don't never let
Like
him
he
go.
would. Sometimes I would go see him at the nursing home, and he'd be like, he used to call me Mitch. He's like, Mitch, I gotta get to the bank. I got this to do,
We'll
and I
be
got
going
that
in
to
a
do.
minute, Pops. We're going in a minute. Yeah. And by the
Right.
time you finish, she's in
Right.
another fucking place already. Because they go all over.
Right.
That's how she is.
Right.
She's just like that. And I keep reminding her, one day you're gonna walk in that room and she's just gonna be stiff as a dick, dude.
Jesus.
Yeah, I keep explaining it to her like
I
that.
was waiting for Sim of the board.
No, board my ass. That fucker gonna be just like a dick. You ain't gonna be able to bend her hands. She's gonna be stiff like a motherfucker. Like, and then I bring out the dead animal. You know, when the cat died, he went by the time in the morning. That fucker, you could pick him up and he's like a plate. That's how she's gonna be.
Right.
Stiff. Yeah, because rigor mortis lasts for 12 hours, and then after that, the body relaxes. But I keep telling her, and I make jokes with her because I hear her in the mornings when she go drop the lady stuff off, and I said, you're gonna find her rotten too, because sometimes you go in there and you just drop the food. I don't hear her say yes, no. So that means you just putting food there, walking away, and you don't even know she's alive. And I've told her stories when my kids were little. Every time I used to go check them at night, I had to make sure his chest was moving.
Of course, yeah.
I couldn't just go in there and 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 walk away like, okay, he's there. No, 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 no. That would have killed me. I couldn't sleep if I would have to get up and go back and was he fucking breathing? And I'm going in there and I'm looking to make sure his chest is going up and down, and then I can go to sleep. Because if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to sleep. And
Right.
and and I had that with the back doors too when I used to lock doors. And I would go into bed, lay down.
Like a compulsion to keep checking.
Yeah, I would lay down. Did I check the door? Did I leave it unlocked? And you gotta get up to go lock this motherfucker when you get to the door. It's already locked.
Right.
Damn.
Some people do that with the stove before they leave the house. Did I turn off the stove?
I haven't had one of those in ages. I don't know what a gas stove is today because they don't like make those things anymore. At least not in Florida.
Seriously, I have electric too.
I've been 18 years here and I haven't seen nothing as a gas stove. A gas on.
You never seen a fire unless you made a barbecue.
Yeah. There's no gas stove. There's no city gas. You want gas because you're gonna get a little propane thing to hook up to your fucking barbecue grill to see a flame. Because you ain't gonna see that in or when you do the oven.
Right.
Because in the stove, when you do the oven, there's a flame down there, buddy. Yeah, it goes all the way around too. And that's how the oven cooks, but there's a flame there. So if you use the oven, you can get flame. But when you use the tops, that shit is all glass right now. Everything is fucking glass top.
Yep.
and like Freddie had the one that don't burn, and I'm like, I could never get it to work. I stayed there a whole year and I never managed to turn on the motherfucking stove. Like, dude, he even put me a QR code. This fucking dude did a QR code for me to scan to go to the instructions.
Wow.
And I follow them to the T. Bitch. And I'm pretty good with instruction. I'm a programmer, goddammit. And this motherfucker it didn't work. He went and turned it on in front of me. And I'm like, how did you do that? And I tried it again. Didn't work. I couldn't manage to get the fucking stove to work.
Wow.
No. So for me, I gave up on the stove. I wrapped that bitch up, unplugged it, and just left it there. I got myself my own little toaster oven, which I left in there.
Right.
And my motherfucking ironing goose, I left it in there. And a vacuum cleaner, I left it in there. And I was planning to steal his old thing. No, I'm lying. But I left all my shit in there. I didn't take much because I didn't know if I was even gonna get in here.
Have you heard from him at all?
I went to him the other day because the package was sent to me there. He gave it to me, but I've had other packages and he don't say nothing. I learned one because I figured it out. Where he told me there, so I asked him, did you get a package from me yesterday? And he's like, yeah. But then when I went to pick it up, he tried to you know how you say you leave him with the word, or you left me with the word in my mouth? Because he was trying to say something. I just walked away with the package. I left. I guess he could say it still. I was trying to give him $1 million that I have, but for him, but I'm one of them. He would never know because he never listened or listened me out. Nah, I didn't listen to him. I left that motherfucker with whatever, bro. I walked away. I just turned my back, walked away, got in the car, boom, thank you. No, didn't say not one motherfucking word.
Like, whatever.
I don't know what was on his head.
Nor did you care.
No. So today, I did a video this morning of 1 hour and 30 minutes, me with a stripper in Germany.
How'd that go?
Went very well. An hour and 30 minutes. Me asking her all kind of crazy questions about Germany, because
Mm.
prostitution is so legal over there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 100% legal. You register yourself as a fucking prostitute, and you go to work.
Wow.
And
Hmm.
so the girls,
I'm all for it, man. I think that's how it should be.
well, escorting over there is literally that's what it is. Escorting. You have to really gamble because the guy is the one that loses. See, in America, a guy could call for a girl to come to a room. She comes, and he could literally beat her up and get away with it because they're
Mhm.
both doing both
Mhm.
illegal activities. Like I can't call the police on my weed man because he jipped up my money.
Right.
We're both doing illegal activity. We can't call the
Mhm.
police here. So, but then
Mhm.
since it's legal over there, he can never do nothing to the girl
Right.
because she could call the police on him because she's
But
legal.
she has every right. Yes, she
Yeah,
has every right to call the police.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh wow, that's because she
Mm.
says they pay me first. She says, look, the guy gave me 17,500 for the agency, 12 for me. Was supposed to be 18 hours. I left in 4 hours. How is that? Because I told him I wasn't gonna
Wow.
do nothing with him, so he just canceled and let me go with my money. He even paid me a taxi, and they so he didn't. He got a taxi, not an Uber. So taxis are even more. So they're that generous out there. She says, yeah,
Wow.
because they gotta be. There's nothing they can do.
Right. 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 There is no other choice.
Yeah, and if you start some static that and you married, you're in trouble. Now you're in there for some bullshit, and your wife is gonna know
Mhm.
about it because she got to get you out.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
So she playing game over there. I told her, you know, you can't do that in America, right? You would get hurt one day.
Right.
Yeah, somebody gonna choke your ass out, take all your money back, and leave you half
Mhm.
dead in the room. So that,
Yep.
because I was asking her how she's making her money there to survive,
Mhm.
but yeah, she was asking how she can come to America without and work without papers. I explained it to her in a video.
Ah.
Yeah, and literally all you gotta do if an illegal alien comes here, how did he get to pay bills and get a house? He go get him a fucking LLC.
Oh.
As long as you create an LLC, remember LLC is not gonna have your fucking name in there. You're gonna have your name as an owner. That's it.
Right.
That becomes your entity now, and it's completely legal in America
Wow. That's crazy.
to own a company. The kids own companies today.
That's incredible.
Yeah, they got kids that got LLCs for inventing shit all over the place, especially the little smart ones in school. Yeah, the little smart ones in school when they do some crazy, crazy shit, and they know,
Mhm.
yeah, the little guys cutting grass got little companies now. There's this thing
Mhm.
going around 50-yard challenge. Um,
Mhm.
no, anybody can create an LLC, and how do you do that? Well, create a name and go register the motherfucker as your company, and then you go to the IRS and go get an EIN number for that company, which is not you either. That's a
Mhm.
I was still using the company name. Now you got an
Mhm.
EIN number for the company, and now that's a social 9 numbers.
No.
Wherever they actually put your so you whatever you look at a form again, when they say social, usually you got EIN on the side, social security number
Right.
or EIN, because they're both the
Mhm.
same. There's a social number. EIN is the socials for businesses. You can look at it that way,
Ah. Okay.
but it's a
That's
social.
that's a good way to put it.
Right. It says itself employment identification number,
Mhm.
EIN, and you can do a lot of stuff with that. Yeah, you get credit
Wow.
when you open up an LLC. That company has credit, just like you have a credit score. Companies have a credit score
Have credit scores. Wow.
because they're entities.
Well, yeah. That's true. They have credit cards. They have everything.
Everything, just like they're just not a body. But that's how you work in America. That's how everybody's supposed to be working in America. Build your LLC. and let it go like that. Even if you have a fucking job, you can have an LLC and let the job pay the LLC. And you flush your money through an LLC, so now you're becoming a different bracket. Yeah, because the employee goes at, I think it's like 40, maybe between 40 and 60% taxes they pay. Person who punches the clock. Your taxes are way higher than my taxes. Do you get money back every year? No.
From taxes?
Yeah, from the government.
Yeah.
You have no kids, you get money back every year.
Every year.
Huh.
But because I own the condo, and when I was paying student loans, that was another thing I could claim. I don't know how he does it, but every year, yeah.
Okay. Even though you don't have a 1099, you're doing W-2s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you get money back with no children.
Yep.
Huh.
Every year, but I also claim zero. Like, I try to do whatever I can. I don't mind paying the tax up front. I like getting a check. Even if that's just like me, just like, gas in my own head, it's okay. I like getting a check.
I don't. Okay, I guess you're trying to explain to me how you get the check back, because you pay taxes during the year.
So yeah, it's like if I claim zero, if I don't claim any dependents.
Right, that's when they usually take the taxes, most. Right.
Right. So that way I always guarantee that I don't owe. Because that was my thing when I was young. I used to hate it. It happened to me a couple of times that I owed, and it made me so mad that I just started claiming zero so that they would take extra tax, so I would guarantee I didn't owe. So I've never changed that. My whole life I've always claimed zero.
Right. And when you claim zero, you don't usually get tax back because you're always owing them.
No, it's the other way around.
No, it's
when
not.
You claim zero, they're taking extra money from you. Because if you have dependents, they allow you less.
Right.
They allow you more money for you to stay with.
For each kid, they give you back $3,500. But the last time I did taxes, and then that adds up to $7 just with the kids. But they start taking it back, so then you got to add more shit. But that gives you leverage in the positive.
Right.
And when you start adding the shit for yourself, then it boosts up the number. That's how I was able to get. The highest I got back was almost $9,000 from the government. But that's due because the kids are there too.
Yeah, when I was able to do everything, it was more. But now it's about 80.
Repeat the last part.
That's without kids. For a while I got more, but it's about 8,000 a year.
You get back that much with a W-2. That's interesting. You must be riding off all that train tracks, the train travels, that all the expenses that you have.
Nah, none of that stuff even counts. They don't care about none of that shit. The only real deductions I have are the house, the student loans.
So you got a big discount then for owning the house.
Yeah.
That it gives you back enough money.
The house is a great tax. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I like owning. Because you always get nice checks.
I didn't know that. I know when you buy a car, they give you a tax break for buying a new car.
Because all of your interest, you're able to claim. Right? So, like, let's say you paid off your house, then you wouldn't get shit every year.
Okay. I got that too. Because the car would only give me like $1,000 and something. When I bought the new car, it gave me $1,000 and change extra money to the positive kind of thing. So when you get a house, it's way more money. So you get more of that tax money back to yourself.
Exactly right.
And that lump sum.
You can claim the interest
when
that you pay.
You're talking
and so you get a nice check back every single year.
Because I was like, how the hell? Because when I was doing W-2s, man, I was getting beat up. It was $4,000 I was owing, and $2,000. It started $2,000, and it started going down. I made it all the way to $4,000, and then the kids kick in, and that's when Thomas came out. 3 years later, and
Uh-huh.
it was like, okay, now we're going to the positive. Now I'm getting back some fucking money. Hooray, hooray!
Mhm.
But for that time, child support kicked in too. So they were,
Right.
yeah, they were grabbing all of it. When Sophia came, it came more, and that was how I was able to knock it down faster. Because they took all of it, all the 8,000 they were taking in.
Wow.
Yeah, they took all the 8,000 for a minute. I've only been playing with my
Damn.
income tax money for a few years, and then this year I got into a jam fucking around with the COVID.
Mhm.
Yeah, somehow I claimed too low, and all my that's when, and then I was doing my. I've been playing with Square for 5 years. Square didn't report no money.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you know when they report the money, the day that I decided to go
Yeah.
down on my shit, and I went down, and they reported it, and they showed that I was up, so that has me in the jam that I supposed to be owed 22,000, and her advice was for me to do tax next year, but I'm going to
Right.
her tomorrow, and yeah, and even like I told you the day before, I'm gonna call Walter Renault, so I called him. Um,
Mhm.
did I tell you I called him? Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, what happened to his daughter? How did she die?
I didn't dare ask
Oh wow.
because his thing was after I told him, "Hey, I'm Norman. Remember me from the web?" He says, "Norman, I'm so sorry. My daughter." He just went right there. My daughter died, and I don't. I have. Um, he says, "I am so bad. I'm about to retire. I'm not. I'm not good in my head. I can't remember anything. Um,
Oh.
I'm just in a bad place." He told me, and I'm like, "Dude, I got you, bro. I know what you're feeling. Sorta, because my family had a disaster in the same way when a kid died before the mom."
Mhm.
And that should never happen. And I understand what that pain is, and I know that
Yeah.
that destroys families, that kind of shit.
Mhm.
And hopefully you be safe. But he answered my call.
Ay.
He answered my call. He had me choking because I was not expecting that from this dude. He's like an older guy, but he was
Yeah.
always tight in himself. And I guess he had a kid at very old age, and that really screwed him. Because I
Mhm.
guess he never wanted one, because I don't think he had any either. He was on job, 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 job type of guy too.
Right.
But he has somebody else working there with a Reynosa last name, and she's older. So I don't know if that's his
Right.
wife or another. I just left it alone. I left him alone. I listened to him, and I let him have the word, bro,
Sure. Of course.
because it's how he did it. He just went right there.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's all that's in his mind.
Hmm.
Right. There's nowhere else to go.
Yeah, he ain't got no time for nothing right now. He is dwelling.
Yeah.
He is still
There's nowhere else to go. He's
hurting.
like, this is where I am, and that's it.
Yeah, he's hurting, and he has all the right in the world to hurt. It should be
Hell yeah.
it should always be the opposite way. The kid bury the parent, not the parent the fucking kid, dude.
Mhm.
That is that is worse than dying.
Yeah. Of course.
You know, 'cause you gotta stay here, and if that was not the plan. That's
Mhm.
never nobody's plan. I'm gonna plan to bury my kid. No, my kid
Of course
plans
not.
to bury
God.
me
Mhm.
at all costs.
Right.
So I didn't bother it at all. Then I hit up Sean. No,
Wow.
no, that's been very I don't know.
That poor guy.
No, but he's
Mm.
hey, he defended a lot of criminals.
Mm.
I'm just saying, it's
I'm just saying.
he was a good criminal. I watched his video again, and he was talking, and he's a criminal lawyer. He's the one. When you talk about triple A, those are the ones who get the crooks out of jail.
Right.
It's what it is.
Right.
Life is a
Yep.
bitch, bro.
Yes, it is.
And hopefully, That's why sometimes I feel I would love to like go to my next life because that would be heartbreaking for someone. I would never like that.
Mm.
And I always said that I always thought that would happen to me. That
What?
that the devil was gonna take one of my kids.
God forbid.
Yeah, I always thought it was my first daughter though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's crazy. But life is crazy.
That is crazy.
It goes up and down. So yeah, if what go to Utah, go live with the fucking Mormons in the wheel with carriages and donkeys and shit, man.
No, I'm good.
That'd be probably the safest place, because that's in the middle of the United States too, right?
Yeah, the last place I ever want to be.
Well, that probably be the safest place from a bomb. You gotta imagine that shit. You
Yeah.
gotta imagine from Russia to America, from the both sides, from east and west, and wherever is the middle point is where you gotta move to. Because when these guys start pressing buttons, we're gonna be in so much trouble. We
Yeah, that's why. That's why when he was like, if we had to go back, where would you go? I was like, go back. Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
or is that not an option?
I don't think I could ever come back to New York or Connecticut just because once I'm gone, I only want to be in warm places, so that's not gonna work.
But you gotta come back after 3 years.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna come back on vacation and do all my paperwork.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I have to stay.
Okay. You don't have to stay. All right.
Mm-mm.
And mom is staying in Connecticut.
My mom is in New York.
I mean, fuck it. I fucked that up already. Look at that. I was bragging earlier. I done fucked that up. I'm back to zero. Damn it. Erase the board. You done screwed up. I had a whole good. Yeah, erase the board, motherfucker. You screwed up. You back to zero. You back to fucking zero.
You got a couple of points.
When you do that, that scratches the board. You know how that shit works. Motherfucker, you back to zero. You fail. You climbing this ladder. It don't matter if you made it to number 9 step. You fucked up. Back to zero. Try it again. You gotta remember. Remembering is don't fuck up ever. He slipped. I slipped right down the Ganito. Like back to Connecticut. No, motherfucker. My mom is in New York, dude. You don't get it straight. Shit. How many times I done told you like a million trillion times? That's why I told you my mom used to give me cocotazos. How do you spell Fred? F-R-E. Bam! That fuck I slip again. That shit, she didn't pardon me though. That motherfucker, every time I slip, that fucker hit me. Bam! Friends, F-R-I, F-R-I.
Well, you haven't forgot since. I'll tell you that.
I be slipping. I slip every once in a while. Spell checkers are good sometimes. Only when they get in the cursing mode.
Man, if you mess up on the word friend, that must make you bust out laughing.
Me, nah.
To bring it to your attention.
How do you figure from cocotazos I'm gonna get laughter? No, I don't feel like laughing. No, I do not. What are you saying? No way in hell do I feel like I want to laugh. Because all I could think of is my head is hurting. She hit me with her knuckles in my head.
Oh, that's terrible.
Spelling with my mom was coming out injured. Totally.
Oh.
My goodness. It didn't work out well for me. And when they had all them tricky words in there, it was really bad.
Tricky words.
Them tricky motherfuckers. Because
slippery motherfuckers.
Dude, my mom was wicked, man. I don't care about. She was in that era when you can whoop kids, and she really took 100% of that privilege. My mom has whooped me in the school.
Wow.
So if you know how that is, you could never dare do that today.
No.
When I was growing up, I was one of the kids got beat in school, and I was one of the kids whose moms beat up the teacher in school.
That's funny.
My mom was not right, and no. My grandmother beat up my mother when she whooped me in front of my grandmother. Yeah, that was one of my delightful days. that I watched my grandmother beat.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but imagine you watching your mother beating you because you did a whooping that it wasn't adequate for your grandmother. Like, it's a whole mess. But yeah, my grandmother whooped my mother's ass for whooping me,
Wow.
and then she took me from that time on, and that's why. Most of my memories when you think of like a mother was with my grandmother, and she was a really
Yeah.
polite lady in her way. And she told you,
Anyway.
yeah, because she tells you what's on her mind, and I learned that's how I got that shit. Um, she
Uh-huh.
liked to steal. She was a thief, so I
Uh-huh.
got that part too. I dedicated my life to that.
Uh-huh.
And the driving, my grandmother was she was a driver. Don't fucking piss her off.
Ah.
Yeah, my grandmother was one of them heavy pedal motherfuckers, and she was on the gas, and she didn't drive like an old lady. Um, and yeah, and she was a cool person. She was really down to earth. She didn't have no schooling either. That's why I hated school.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my grandma made it to second grade.
Wow.
Um, and then they had her working. She called herself a slave because they had her working. She was working since she was little,
Yeah.
and that's how.
Aw.
And then my grandfather was the one who met her, and he had, I guess, was better financially, and he made the house she lived in. Then my little cousin sold it.
Wow.
House that had no payments. See, my auntie had everything paid up,
Right.
and my little cousin was really mad, and she screwed everything up. She really did. She's on
Yeah.
welfare today. That stupid bitch.
After all that.
After all that, and my auntie would never. She gotta be flipping her cage. Would ever been on welfare. But
Uh-huh.
she was a madame. She made money. She was money.
Hmm.
Like the dude Ali, she's one of the people that just made money with from nothing. And I can
Wow.
remember my grandmother complaining to my aunt, they're stealing. My aunt would make a joke. Por lo menos me dejaron para pagar los biles. Because she didn't let that shit in. My grandmother used to try to like inject her with shit sometimes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
She don't let it in. She don't go back to
Uh-huh.
do. She just made a joke on it. And them type of people, that kind of attitude is when I guess you get blessed. And I don't have that attitude today. I'm in
Uh-huh.
revenge. I'm in like in a revenge mode. I don't know what it is. I'm in this. That's why most people sound negative. It's like what the fuck. Um,
It's
I
like, well, when you don't feel positive, what are you supposed to do?
and it's not that even don't. It's not. It's not that I don't feel positive. It's that when you look at reality, right?
Uh-huh.
If you okay, I can't even say if you look at reality because there's no real reality, and like the reality that you see is not the real reality. The fucking game
Right.
thing. And I don't do very
Uh-huh.
well. I'll be honest. I don't do very well with that shit.
Uh-huh.
And when I start playing that game of trying to be in the middle, because that's basically what it is. When you say, okay, I'm a hand or I'm a hand, you're basically trying to be in the middle. And when you lose count of what side you're on, you get it's like a guy going undercover and then he forgets he's undercover, you know,
Right.
because he's in reality, but he's not in reality because he's undercover. So
Right.
when he gets caught up with now the undercover is reality, that becomes a problem.
That becomes a problem.
Yeah, well now he's feeling for the crooks, and he's understanding
Right.
why the crooks are crooks, and he's getting it. That's a problem. That's when his reality as a cop has merged in to the reality of him being a crook. And he don't know what he is no more. He starts using drugs, and he don't answer the police no more. He's overhand. He done became a member, a real
Right.
member. And then he starts leaking that shit to them. And that happens both ways. That's how the police knows what a robbery does and how they crook things, and we know how they think because there's many police that turn crooked,
Right.
and
Right.
we tell the secret. So,
Huh.
but that's I don't know how to do that. I know how to go to one side or to the other side.
Extreme.
Well, I make it a reality, whichever one I'm supposed to be thinking of. And right now, the way I'm thinking ain't working for me. It ain't. And here, it work in
Yeah.
prison. It don't work here
Why do you think that is?
because they're two different in cultures, environments, societies. Um, that type of words. Any one of them could be that. It's they adopted a system from the system, and I want to use the word perfected it. It works better than the system that they copied.
Right.
You know, they use it as a layout, and then they modified it, and they kept the rules, even though there's a lot of rules, simpler than the rules that we have in society today, which is like people don't understand the few commandments or whatever the fuck they call it turned into libraries of law books. It just transformed throughout the years into libraries of books, and that's how. This is why you need a lawyer when you get in a pinche. You got to go find a fucking lawyer because he's the one know where these books are. Because no one knows really where would you go find a law book?
Yeah, I would have no clue.
Most libraries don't have a full edition of law books. They have pieces.
Right.
You got to go to the fucking law library, not a public library. You got to go find you somewhere that has law books.
Right.
And usually that has a price. That's not going to be free. Because them books cost.
It's so funny to me that some people get such a kick out of seeing all those books and reading all those books. It sounds so boring to me.
It's a Bible. You've read Bibles.
Yeah, but the language. I mean, the language of the Bible can be difficult to understand, but
right, and you'll figure it out. The Bibles usually give you the footnotes. The books, the footnotes are right in the fucking page. They're not really down at the bottom. The little wiggly thing that looks like a dollar sign, but it's not a dollar sign. It's some other bullshit sign. That, and then you have numbers, and the fucking books, all of them go in numbers, like an encyclopedia. You remember those? So you know if you're dealing with a crime that starts with a letter, you go to that letter, and then the numbers that are in the citing that you have as paperwork will be in them in the book. It once you understand the numbers, it becomes common sense, like looking up a book in a library. Everything in the library works with numbers. So once you know the number, you can find it just by walking around. Because in the library, everything is labeled out from A to Z.
Or they used to call that the Dewey Decimal System.
I have no clue. That's probably what that little wiggly thing I'm talking about look like a dollar sign. It's bigger than a dollar sign, but it's that symbol that they use in the law book. It's a little symbol they use for all these things. And when I learned how to do that because when you do a crime, they give you numbers for a law.
Right.
And them numbers, penal code, whatever. You go look that. Yeah, you go look it up. And then when you find it, it itself gonna give you other fucking things to go look. And that's how you find out that number means Clarence versus the state or Douglas versus the state. And then you learn what he did to win. So then, and since that's what your numbers, you can call them guys' numbers in your answer to the court. But based on this guy versus this guy,
Right.
And it's your facts. And then the judge looks it over, and if it falls in play, it's nothing they could do but let you go with whatever that guy went out with. That's why I said
Right.
when when one of these guys gets arrested for doing dirty, that helps a bunch of people who that guy put in jail.
Huh.
They could all get granted freedom, for instance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. For instance, if the cop was being investigated from 2000 to 2022, and you was arrested at that time, and he came up dirty, well, you liable to get released
Whoa, that's crazy.
by him being dirty, because your shit got to be looked over again. And now he's dirty, so obviously you didn't have a problem. He did it.
Oh, wow.
And that's how a way that prisoners get out. Or a judge, especially the judges too. When the judges go dirty, you definitely get out.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so that's why you don't see judges getting criminalized.
I was going to say, you never really hear about that.
But when you do, everybody that guy put in jail has almost a free jail card.
Wow.
You know, if he didn't confess, if he didn't plead guilty, if he fought and lost, those are the guys who get. Because if you plead guilty, you lose all your rights. Right? You cannot appeal. That's one of the reasons why you're signing. You're signing your rights to appeal, and you're pleading guilty, and that shit ends right there when you put your fucking freedom out right there. That's why I learned to not ever do that.
Right.
You better fight. You better try to get out on bail at the end of the day and jump the bail and wait a couple of years and come back at them. But yeah, you don't sign. No, because you can win.
Then you lost all your rights. You got no rights.
You can win. The cop, all kind of shit can happen, man. You pray. You go in that cell and pray, and make promises that you know you're going to break. He knows you're going to break them too. That's why he let you out. So you can break them, right? So, yeah, because if he knows everything, he should know that you're lying.
Right. Of course.
And then you come out. Ain't that like letting you hang yourself? Why would he do that if he's such a god? Yeah. And
well, I mean, the only thing I can think of is, I guess sometimes people do like lessons.
It's somewhere in the Bible. The Bible said that God says, or Jesus says, a shit like it's good to be forgiveful or merciful, but not forgetful. That don't even make any sense. Because to be merciful, you do gotta forgive, no?
Yes.
But he said the different.
That doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, because you have to in order to let it go.
I remember reading a verse like that, to be merciful but not forgetful. He's a God that's merciful but not forgetful. Like that don't resonate very well.
No, it really doesn't. Well, especially not anymore. It's so interesting. It's like I don't know when this switch was made, but it's still a little weird to me. The only time, and I'm always grateful. I'm always grateful to be where I am. The only time that it gets rough is like if I'm upset about something, or it's strange not to have that. The way you had a relationship with God, right? You saw it a particular way. You were raised to see it a particular way. And now that that's not there, when I'm going through stuff, I feel lost. I feel alone. And I never felt that before, because I always felt that this God was there, And I talked to my husband about it, and he told me, like, what I already know, but he still is there. Like, nothing's changed, right? if anything, is more real now. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know. It's been a little hard. Only when I, when something goes on and I'm like upset about something, only then does that hit me.
I'm
like, man, I feel alone. I don't pray anymore. I don't say, oh,
right. I think that's what it is.
I don't do that, and that kind of fucks me up.
See, prayer. That's what I've been saying to you. I think I don't pray anymore, and when you don't pray, it's like not meditating. You're not meditating, because prayer is sort of meditating, even if you're doing it one time. It's a way if you're trying to connect.
Right.
And I guess when you don't connect, well, you don't. That's what happens. You don't connect. So you in this,
feel like lost, like you just bobbing in the ocean.
That's the way I feel. Because I have my bees right in front of me in everywhere I'm at, because I have them in front of me on this table where I spend most of my time. And the next place is the car. And they're right. I have two sets. One is in my face here, and one is in the car. But I don't pray. I don't. Well, chant, meditate. Same shit. It's prayer in a different language, in a different form. But it's you talking to you, because that's the only person. That's the only sensation that you have. You're having this conversation. No mouth. With yourself.
Right.
When you're praying. And even when you go on, God, I pray for, and then you bring in all these things and actions, or forgive me for, and you're relieving the emptiness.
Right.
I guess.
Right.
And when you don't do it, it leaves you in a. Because I haven't prayed, I haven't chanted, I haven't done that shit since I got out of prison. Like, seriously done it. I tried going to the beach. Remember I said I would go to the beach every morning, and it's not. And I understand that's what it is not being a soldier, not doing it, doing the do, bro. You're not doing the do, and it's because I feel empty. The connection is severed. Right, severed. Yeah. The connection is damaged, buddy. It's there. It's there. You can say it's there, but it's not there because it's not like touching.
Right.
And and I know what it is, bro. It's how it's pronounced. What is that fucking word? Procrastinating, I guess.
What do you mean procrastinating?
Procrastinating. I didn't mean what that. Isn't that what that word means? When you know what you gotta do, but don't fucking do. Well, procrastinating. Look at me learning big words. Jesus Christ. Think normal. Me, when I was a little kid, I never thought I was like, what the word is? I don't need to learn that word. What does it mean? Being a dumbass. Yeah. So that way you just don't say fucking dumbass. You go make up a whole procrastinating. That don't even sound right. Procrastinating. Like, that's long as fuck. That's why I can never be professional and get the $1 million. Because I don't. I just don't see myself with these weird ass words.
Weird ass words.
Like what? That's what it means, though, right? Procrastinating.
Yeah. It's like when you know you have like a big project to do and you keep putting it off, putting it off.
And it's so specific because.
You're like, oh, but I gotta make a phone call, but I gotta go to the store.
Yeah, you jacking yourself off with no hands. And you dummy, why can you do that? That's procrastinating. That's my analogy. Jacking off with no hands. How can you do that? But there's motherfuckers that doing it with no fucking hands. How? You fucking weirdo. That's not even a thing. Motherfucker talking. Well, yeah, that's what exactly procrastinating is. You're doing nothing, nothing. You're there jacking off with no hands. How the hell do you do that? Procrastinating.
Procrastinating.
Actually, I haven't done a 6 letter word. I mean, what did I think? The 6 letter memoir shit. Procrastinating, jacking off, no hands. Let me see. Procrastinating, jacking off, no hands.
No hands. You're good.
Wow, with no hands. I could put the word with in there too. Okay, jacking off with no. Yeah, procrastinating. I just got to figure out how to spell that. Procrastinating. I never want to get it wrong.
Yeah, PROCAS.
You know they're gonna stick a letter in that don't belong in there, like an H or some bullshit in there. Just a silent one, just to have it in there. Procrastinating. They got a Q somewhere in there. It's like Where's the Q? Procrastinating. Somewhere in there, like the word fucking faucet. Why do you do that to people?
Oh, faucet.
Yeah, PH. Psychology. Huh? Another fucking PH.
Psychology. PS.
Listen. These people gone.
Yeah, like who would imagine that any word would begin with a P and an S? That's fucking weird. I don't know why it's like that, psychiatry.
That's the leftover
it makes
part.
No sense.
Listen, that's the leftover part of Hebrew.
Something, because that don't make no damn sense.
Yeah, a lot of them.
We
are just dumb motherfuckers. We was making shit up as we go. That's how it looks like to me when I look at words. That's why I hate them so much, because they were just made up as we go. Like, just fit this letter in there and make it this, and let's just do it this way and make it this. Contradicting the law that they made before it, and they just continue and continue. Before you know, you got a culo or whatever, and you stuck, and there's no way to get out of it. There's no way at all to get out of it. So I really think that we humans should have been on some fucking level that it's just not this one. Like I explained to you, white guys, you nod ahead, he nods down, he give you superiority. It's you could look at a person and tell them don't jump. You could or tell them to jump. You look up what everybody if you look up all of a sudden everybody ducks. Because they know something coming. It's just we didn't need to talk. You didn't need to say anything. Yeah,
it was like a reflex.
Like in Africa, I like these ones when the black dude, just takes off running for no fucking reason, and people just fall down, don't know what to fucking do. It's for no reason. He just takes off. But they know that usually means something is wrong. So when they see him balling ass, they drop everything and ball ass and then realize it's nothing. So now you gotta put I love the best one I like is to make me laugh is whenever I do it in Africa, because the fucking Africans carry our American jokes over there and they're not funny for them. They're just not funny. Every one of them, they get beat up. I know a lot of them lose cameras and they get beat up. There was one dude. There's an influencer that was from Africa, got put in jail because of he went cutting his hair and putting colors in it. You know them guys. That's as close as being as gay, bro. Yeah. They put him in jail. Yeah. For like some kind of disrespect to the nation for doing that with his hair. He just can't do like green and yellow in his hair. So they don't tolerate. See, you can't go funny when you're just slipping a little bit, because if you do it, others gonna do it. So they made it clear, no more of that shit.
No more of that.
Yeah, you don't see America and they're talking about justice though. We all screwed up, buddy. So
yes, we are.
You better think about that question. What's gonna happen if we gotta come back?
I really don't have a plan for that.
Well, just start this way. No coastal lines. That eliminated a lot of fucking states.
Well, even I like the coast. I want to be near the beach.
Listen to you. You want to see that big meteor when
Yeah.
it hits, right? And you want to see the tsunami that comes
I
right
don't want
after
to be
it.
in the middle of the country. Those people are fucking crazy. That's where all the taters are. I don't be with no fucking taters.
A who?
Taters.
You call
White people.
taters with a TT?
That's what my husband calls them, taters.
For tater
And it's
tots?
funny that he just called them taters. So then one day I said,
What?
wow, so I guess the kids are tater tots. He was like, that's stupid.
This one I just asked too, goddammit. So that's tater for tater tots?
Well, it wasn't supposed to be like that. I don't know where he got tater from. I guess.
What the heck?
I don't know.
What does a T stand for?
Taters.
Instead of a hater, he's saying a tater.
A tater. Yeah, like, I don't know. I can't explain it, but that's what it means. Well, to him anyway. If she made that shit up, probably. He probably never heard that in his life.
And I was just going to tell you, I was just going to use an analogy as Tate with an R. And then you only said Tate. And then when you add the tater, you end up with two. Yeah. It's
tater. Yeah, Tater. Tater.
Tater.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to be with no taters, man. You crazy. Oh, and that's what all that's in the middle is that. Hell no. I'd rather be in the worst neighborhood on the planet. Put me in the South Bronx at 3 a.m.
You almost sound
no
like
problem.
Listen, you almost sound like a Trump hater. No, them people are good, bro. Those are good people.
I'm sure they're good people, but you know.
They come out with white sheets. At least they didn't come out with black sheets. You couldn't see them.
Yeah.
That would have been tricky.
You know, life is funny, man. Life is funny.
Imagine if the Ku Klux Klan would have decided to go with black sheets. You never would have seen them.
Mm-hmm.
So they would at least give them a law. At least there was.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, at least you can see me. If they were smart people, they would have used black sheets or green sheets, depending if they're in the woods. But definitely not white ones, because the white one stands out.
White does seem like pure.
Oh fuck! I even forgot. That's what it was all about. The taters, the whiteness. So they use white sheets because they're white. But white get dirty so quick. Who wants to be white?
Well, not even they want to be white. I mean, look.
That's why they're sometimes. Charlie! Oh, this fucking dog. You're going to wake up my neighbors. I stop him. You know why? Because he is so heated up. There's so many coconuts back there that he would literally end up hurt. One time, I think we was on the phone and he started crying. Like that. You go, bitch. And then nothing I can do. It ain't no vet. We're not taking you to no vet. You would die, motherfucker. Yeah, that shit comes out expensive. I don't have veterinarian money. No, we do not. You would just die.
We do not have that money. No, we do not.
That shit would, your shit would break and cure crooked.
Mm-hmm.
Like the old lady's back. That shit is just bent out of shit. See, it's like that. I don't have no conscience. So, see, if I was aware, I wouldn't be saying jokes like that, because jokes like that are fucking wrong, bro. You with the comedian life bullshit, you're causing yourself agony. You need to leave the people, but she's really bent up, though. Fuck all that. Give me the agony. She's totally bent up.
That's terrible.
But, you know, she could touch her toes and I can't.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was saying that to my wife today. I said, look at this bitch. She bends all the fucking way over. Like, all the way over. Like, if she wants to pick up something off the ground, the only thing she bends is, hold on. Charlie! 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 Get your ass over here. Let's go inside. That fucker that mad as fuck. All his, you know when dogs get like, see how he is right now, mad. All his hair on his back stands up, all of it. And you know when he's pissed because you could look at him on his back and you see the hairs are just standing up. Yeah, it's a whole line going the opposite fucking direction like a porcupine, a little fucker. No. Well, I'm rolling up my blunt. This is what's gonna put me to bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah, I figured you be half